Hello, everybody! Welcome back to Scrims Zone! We are streaming the losers semifinals today. The match of Rift Sharks versus MVP.
Woohoo!
We're really not showing the same enthusiasm as Hona, but we are very, very excited to see what the outcome of this match is going to be.
Casting alongside Honan is Gruer, me, and Arnye, and we're ready to bring you guys a good cast. It should be a really good series.
In theory.
I guess initial thoughts on the series. You know, it is the 3 and the 4 seed. Both the lower seeds fell down to the lower bracket. I think that does mean Rift Sharks will have the side selection. And yeah, I really don't know what to expect from this series. I think both teams have looked really good some games, and other games had some rougher ones, but I think either team could pull away with it.
Seems like we do see some differences in the key matchups. With obviously the top matchup, we're not seeing Mikey anymore in the top lane, and instead it's PB back in the top lane. As we can see in the key in the matchup to watch out for, and Drago versus PB.
I'm gonna go over some of the things in this slideshow because I think there's a couple points worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Sure.
First off, at least the first one I want to go over. Eric's back. This guy.
Yep, he was back last week as well.
Yeah, he's
Saw
back
him in
last
the
week.
last game too.
You know, they did take a 2-0 loss, but I thought Eric played really well in the series, to be honest. I thought he played a Thresh game and he played a Nautilus game, and I thought both games he played like pretty great. Like, he was finding really good hooks onto the carries both games. Not surprised though. I mean, he's always looked good on hook champions, so it's interesting to see him back in the lineup. I think the more surprising thing is their jungler, though. They're choosing not to run Mason, at least in the first game.
Yeah, they're choosing to run Hidiri instead, which I'll just scroll over here. Hidiri?
We are being denied the first team, second team jungle matchup, by the way. You know, the awards came out today, and, you know, Hidiri did, I think he won the flex player, so awarded player himself, but Julian got that first team jungle and Mason got the second. So, I mean, you know, we'd love to see that if the game's depending on what happens. Otherwise, you know, PB's in. That's their main top. They've played Blake a little bit. They've played, I think, Mike a little bit, but they're going with PB, which he's looked pretty solid, I think. He has a pretty unique champion pool, playing stuff like the Karma top.
Yeah. I honestly hope that we do not see Hidiri on Tank Jail, but looking at how Rift Sharks likes to draft, we're probably going to see Hidiri on Tank Jail.
Unfortunately, I think Hidiri is bound to be in that more supportive role based on how the solo lanes are. You have Joel having a place of wanting to sit back, have his really hard scaling artillery mages and taking advantage of just like surviving the lane, and then you have Drago, who is like this really top focused, very carry styled player. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see Hidiri on like a more supportive jungler. Like we have seen like the Wukong from him previously, which has like in the previous series in the previous series that we saw him against obviously Andromeda. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be able to, if he's going to run back to Wukong, or if he's going to be on his more iconic champ like the Maokai JL.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
I definitely think Wukong will be a contested pick. As you can see right there, Julian 5-0 on it this season. I think he has been playing insane in general, but the Wukong especially is super scary. Haven't played against it, I think, twice. He just knows how to find the back line. He knows how to get these crazy flanks off. I remember him, like, there was a game where they weren't even like they were hard winning, but he just kept finding the right engages with the ultimate onto the other team's carries and can kind of carry the game pretty easily on his own with that kind of a pick. If he gets put off, you know, those top picks, I think it does need his team to step up a little bit more. You know, I think mid lane's pretty even. I think Joel just has such a good play style for himself that it's really hard to deal with. Bot lane, I think it's pretty even. And so to me, top lane's really the matchup where I'm looking. What are your kind of thoughts there, Arnye?
I feel like PP has a lot on this plate to deal with. You know, Drago, he's obviously based on what we've seen from Ripshock so far, we're likely going to see Drago on as his iconic carry picks whenever it's the Lafali Aatrox, the Gwen. We have seen him play other carry style champions in the past. So what I think PV should, in my opinion, should look out for is just enduring the laning phase and just preventing Drago to ever get a lead on him. Because when he gets those leads, like we've obviously seen his past performances when he's able to get those leads, and like the MVPs for Drago like speak for themselves, in my opinion. Like when he is able to get a lead on a champion that's really strong sided, he's pretty much unstoppable whenever it's in the side lane or in the team fights.
Definitely. I'm really excited to get into the draft phase, honestly. I want to see what's getting banned because I think each team has so many champs you need to ban. You know, Julian's been drawing Gragas bans all season, and I really think you need to ban the Wukong. Psycho Carrot gets Pike banned pretty consistently. Drago has started, like, I think Aatrox is a really valid ban. Joel often will take a ban on the Xerath or the Ziggs. Eric is known for getting bans out. Don't think it'd be unreasonable to throw a ban at Hadiri. He's shown like a really good champion pool. If there was a certain champion you thought would kind of counter you, so I'm just excited because there's just too many things to ban. Somebody's gonna get that really exciting pick that you don't always get to watch, and I can't wait to see who it is.
All right.
Exactly. We've also seen so many picks come from both teams. In my opinion, all of the players from Ripshock and MVP have very flexible champ pools. Like for Valor, you've seen him play a lot of champions we didn't really expect him to, such as the Azir. We've seen him have a very high win rate on the Silas, and then you have Evan, who's also shown some very unique picks in the bot lane, such as the Hoi ADC. I'm not sure on the strength of that right now, since that was quite a few games ago, but. Regardless, I feel it's very, as we grew to see, it's very exciting to see what the draft is going to be but also based on how like flexible every one of these players are.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting to see what Valor ends up picking because he's had all week to know exactly what he's playing into. Like Joel is really good at his handful of champions, but it's a handful of champions. You know, if Xerath, Ziggs, and Lux are open, he's picking one of those three. I don't think I've ever seen him do something different. And why would he? He consistently wins and consistently competes against the absolute best on those picks. He's really good at them. But I think one of the things about his play style that can kind of make it hard for MVP, I think Julian's actually one of the better junglers at just finding ganks in general, but also ganking mid. And the play style of Joel just makes it so difficult to gank him that it can become harder to generate action because in a lot of their wins, I think Julian and Valor have both snowballed really well, and Joel's just a player that doesn't let you snowball against him. You have to try to do something else.
Yeah, we'll have to see if maybe we'll have to see any potential assistance from other lanes. Well, for example, if Psycho Carrot is able to get a pick where he's able to roam mid and perhaps force out summoners from Joel. Like it's as you see, it's very difficult for Joel to with his mostly passive play side. It's going to be very difficult for just Julian and Valor getting Joel down on us. So maybe if with the assistance of the other laners such as Psycho Carrot, maybe even PB has a champion where he was able to roam down. It's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna deal with that kind of passive play style from Joel. And to see if
Psycho Carrot. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, and I was gonna comment and to see if Hadiri is able to like counteract that. Like if they're gonna if they're gonna particularly target the mid lane, we might see a more different play style from Hadiri, more defensive and more counteractive rather than proactive.
Yeah, I think Psycho Carrot, if he ends up on something like the Pike or another really good roamer, he actually has pretty good roam timings. So that can definitely exert some extra pressure, but I really think it kind of comes down to they have to make a decision on how you want to approach it. Valor has played mages and like more assassin-y picks really well, both sides of that. And you kind of have to choose, are we just going to match Joel's mage with a mage of our own and just try to farm it out mid and scale and out team fight them later? Or is he going to pick something more aggressive like the Silas you see on the screen, like the Yone, something of that nature, and then say, we might not be able to dive Joel, but we can maybe start moving around the map as a unit and bringing Silas into the side lanes or Yone into the side lanes or something like that, and just trying to leave him on an island and say you can farm up, but the rest of the rest of your team will suffer. And I think you kind of go either way. It just depends on what they want to go with. I don't know. I think you want to be aggressive though, because another thing about Joel is he farms super, super well. One of the best players in the league at just like pure farming, I would say. And so if you're trying to sit there and skill alongside him, you really got to be on top of that or you'll fall behind.
All right.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
So, draft starts in 4 minutes, gentlemen. What are you expecting in terms of draft?
For a second, Henan.
Oh,
Draft in 4.
draft in 4.
Like I said, I think there's a lot of different bans you could do. So I think it's hard to predict. If I had to predict some, I think you ban the Gragas. I think you ban the Wukong. I personally do, unless they, we don't. Do we know which side? I guess we do know which side.
I will show that actually.
Thoughts. So it's MVP on the blue side. Yeah, I think you have to ban Wukong. Hidiri plays it, so I think if you're blue, maybe you could first pick it away. But I'm pretty sure Julian has shown he will just first pick that. So yeah, I think you need to ban that away from him. People have been banning the Gragas. Maybe you think you can try against that. But I think he demands 2 bans. And then it's just kind of pick of the litter. What else you want to do? With them red side having last pick, they're probably going to give last pick to Drago, I'd assume.
Yeah, Drago.
Joel typically doesn't want to go to second phase because it's too easy to ban him out at that point. And when he gets on that that 4th or 5th pick even, he doesn't have quite the same impact. So I predict counter pick top for Rift Sharks, just get Joel on a comfort pick. And then, yeah, I think that's kind of got to be the strategy. It'd be interesting to see what they choose to put Hidiri on.
I think MVP bans Zig Zeraf, and then they force Joel onto Lux, because out of the 3 artillery mages, he's definitely looked the most vulnerable on the Lux.
Yeah,
We'll have to see, because all 3 essentially have the same kind of play style where Joel is able to just play passive and safe. So maybe MVP's thought process is to say, if he's just gonna have these 3 artillery mages, why don't we just leave him up to pick one and instead focus the other bands on potentially more dangerous picks coming from either top lane or from Dean or Hidiri.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see, does MVP think they need to throw any bans at Drago? He demands some against certain teams. He'll draw like an Aatrox ban every now and then. He'll draw some of those other carry champions. But, with a player like PB, I could see him just saying, nah, it doesn't matter. We can ban it second phase if we really want to, but just let him have that if he wants to pick it super early. And, we've seen Drago take that Aatrox super early. So, there's a world where that could happen, because I'm pretty sure he's like 9-1 on Aatrox, or 8-1. Like he's lost 1 game on it in this last playoff series. Still a super insane pick for him. If he can get it, I think you take it. But then I don't know what PB's answer would be. It might be something really weird, like the top Karma, and you just try to kite the Aatrox out permanently. And I don't know. That could get frustrating. It's gonna be interesting.
We'll have to see. From what I've seen with PB so far, he has a decent champ pool into those kind of champs who have like a hard carrying playing style, because he's really good at playing the facilitators. Originally being a part of being in the support role, he's had the experience of knowing how to facilitate his teammates, get the correct CC timings, and just having those pitch perfect engages. And we've seen that when he's played champions like the Gnar, champions like the Tom Kench. He's super. Not only is he also good on not only is he only good on the more niche picks like the Karma top, he's also just a really good just weak side engager who's able to just pick a lot of tanks and make sure to set himself and his team up for success.
Yeah.
Alright, I can tell you draft has indeed started.
See what the bans are.
See what the bans are, yeah. Just really taking their time. Looks like they're hovering to Xerath.
It looks like they are going to target the mid lane.
I think it makes sense. If you if you want to let Joel have those picks, he's gonna have a good game. It's just that simple.
Sometimes it do be that shrimple.
I don't hate that from MVP. We'll see we'll see if Rift Sharks what the response is from Rift Sharks.
There's the
And
Gragas.
not surprising since it's not surprising that it's the Gragas. We could maybe assume that it's going to be a Wukong ban next on Rift Sharks, depending on where they're going to put out their bans are. Wonder from MVP. Oh, and they do ban out the Aatrox on Drago, and Pyke has responded to immediately from the Rift Sharks. I think that's a very decent. Yeah, I think that's a good ban.
Pretty expected. You know, I think this last Rift Sharks ban is probably Wukong. If it's not, I'm really interested to see what they would think would be more annoying. Crank's also pretty standard, man. Eric is something to behold on that champ. And Hovering Skarner, shout out new Skarner guys, not available though. Oh, Wave ban. Now, are we just first picking Wukong here? That'd be my question.
Wave ban is interesting.
You know, I don't get that entirely. I think Joel's champion counters that champion really well. And then if you're worried about it going bot, I personally don't think it's that strong, but
they haven't really played in a while. Oh, and it seems like they're prioring the Neela more than the Wukong.
Okay. Hey,
I respect that from
Evan wants to show everybody why, you know, Stav had that going as his champ for the awards, but you know that's supposed to be Evan's main pocket pick, and you know, no surprise we're answering with Ziggs. Makes so much sense, and then Jinx is the chosen answer into Neela. You know, I don't know that much about that matchup. Maybe Honan has some thoughts.
You have any thoughts on that, Honan?
I'm back. Well,
and we get the Wukong. You know. Clearly, they're not scared of the Wukong, because not only did they not ban it, they didn't even pick it in first 2 rotations. So they're not scared of Julian's undefeated Wukong. Yeah, we've already discussed it.
What?
But they clearly are saying, Julian, you're undefeated on this Wukong. We're not scared of it. I really want to see what Hidiri's answer is.
Hidiri's been cooking something. He was a Wukong player. He knows that champ inside out.
Yeah, we've seen Hidiri play the Wukong before, so I'm assuming that he has something prepared into the Wukong, like some sort of hard counter pick into it. I'm not entirely sure what champs are like particularly strong against Wukong, but we'll have to see.
They can't pick Skarner!
No, it can't be Skarner.
They can't!
Nah, they're just hovering it for the fun.
Alright, they picked the Talia.
Oh, the Talia from Joel. The Talia from...
It doesn't have to be Joel. This could be Hidiri's.
That's what I'm saying, Talia Jungle. They've already picked Ziggs for Joel. Yeah, I guess that's most likely going to be a Talia Jungle, which is...
Unless
it's interesting. It's a good pick, but... Yeah. I don't know. It's just... I wouldn't have expected that to be in the champ pool, but I'm kind of excited to see it now.
I don't think we've ever seen... We've never seen Hidiri play Talia Jungle before, so yeah, as you said, very exciting to see what he's able to pull off with that champ.
I mean,
I'm a big Talia fan, Joel, so I'm excited for it.
Directed back from Rift Sharks, not a champion that PB is known for, but maybe it is a very, very strong blind, so maybe they are very worried about
that champ anymore. They've kind of struggled into it. But yeah, I mean, nothing's getting past Dean in the draft prep, so you know they definitely knew they'd pick Wukong. They had this prepared. You know, I think Talia is also a really good pick into Neela, so I like that too. I will say, I don't like Talia very much into Syndra. And so whenever he's around mid lane, he's going to have to be careful because that engage range of the Scatter of the Weak from Syndra can really catch Talia out.
I'm surprised to see Dean on Jinx.
Very interesting.
Jinx is not in Dean's champ pool at all. Oh,
I mean, clearly, you know, that's just what they wanted in the Neela, which, I mean, I can see it. You just outrange her pretty hard. You have the
no
traps
ban.
to make it hard for her to engage.
The no ban is apparently a karma ban on the side of Rift Shark, so they're banning out PB's karma on their final ban.
I'm gonna say thank God they banned that out because that's so boring to watch. And Leona. I like this Rift Sharks comp so far, but I like MVP's comp too. I gotta see how they're gonna round it out. Like, what's your pick into Leona here? Oh, maybe no, I was gonna say Renata, but she's not very good into the rest of that comp.
No. We have to see. with how AP heavy Rift Sharks' draft is so far, I'm expecting Drago to maybe pivot towards like more of an AD carry. We'll have to see what that pick is.
Well, they've already
Asante.
banned 3 of Drago's high-profile picks. I'm not sure what else he has left in the tank right now.
You know, I think Camille just got buffed this patch, and he's been a really good Camille player in the past. I don't know if that's great here, but
Alright, coming from Psycho Carrot.
Psycho Carrot's back on one of his comfort picks.
Yeah, that's a really dirty draft from MVP. That's a really good last 2 picks in my opinion to kind of round that comp out.
Oh, Camille.
And it is the Camille I predicted. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like both comps, man, because on the side of Rift Sharks, you know, you have the combination of Camille with like the Ziggs ult to really pop out these carries. Talia does counter 3 of those champs with a lot of dashes. But man, you have to execute well on the side of Rift Sharks, because if you mess up and you let MVP find that clean engage like one time, it's going to be difficult.
Their 4-1 is nasty though. If they can get to that point in the game, just that could run over MPV's comp.
Yeah, the Camille is going to be such a menace in the sidelines. We'll have to see if either of the MVP's champs are going to be able to match the Camille from Drago. If he's able to get a hit on that champ. In terms of the MVP, I'm really excited to see how their team fight is going to be like. My impression of this team is that they're extremely deathbally with how their draft is. You know, you have the Cassante and the Tarek and the Cassante and Tarek working together to potentially peel forth and forward. Sorry, I'm tripping on my words, but. Point is, I'm very excited to see like very excited to see MVP's draft just because of how deathball it is and how well you need to be at executing team fights. It's a very strong MVP have a very strong team fighting comp, while Rift Sharks has a very good side laning comp with the Talia and the Camille.
I mean,
yeah. You guys got a prediction based on draft?
I think the MVP is going to take the first game just because I don't think Dean's very comfortable on Jinx. And I know that Evan, Psycho Carrot are used to these, in theory, losing bot lanes where they find advantages.
Mm.
I just don't know. You know, after their last few series, they're on like a, 3-4 series losing streak? So if they can break the mental barrier in the first game, it's so Jover for Rift Sharks.
Yeah,
I can definitely see that. Well, comparing both teams, we see MVP is has a lot more comfort picks compared to Rift Sharks, who are experimenting with quite a few new picks. We haven't seen Dean on the Jinx before. We haven't seen on the Hadiri on the Talia before, but obviously in comparison to MVP, we've seen Evan and Psycho Carrot, the Neela and Tarek have been like their bread and butter. I know Psycho Carrot and Evan really like to prioritize their chance, and you know the Julian Wukong is Julian Wukong. I'm not entirely sure about the PV Cassante. I don't know if he's played out a lot before, but it kind of fits the theme of it kind of fits in theme with what he wants to do, with just being just a strong weak side champ. And the Valar Syndra, I think, is pretty standard. Like we've talked about how he's pretty flexible in terms of the more assassin picks and more of the mage picks.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
I'm just
like,
not betting against MVP until if he's on Wukong. I'm just not. I think the Wukong is that good. I think he's going to be able to find the angles onto these backline carries. Until I'm proven wrong, that's going to be my assessment. You know, looking at Rift Sharks comp, I do like what they did. And you know, I think the Leona pairs well with like the Camille because you're kind of diving in together. But I don't know. I'm not for sure if it would be an Eric's champion pool, but something like Braum could have went crazy right here. You know, maybe you're not as you're blind picking that then, so you could get countered with that. But imagine Braum trying to dive a Talia who also has a Braum, who also has Jinx and Ziggs in the back line. Something more, because I think you're a little bit like... I think Jinx and Ziggs have a little bit of a different idea of how they want to play than Leon and Camille. Not saying it can't work, but I don't think it's like the most ideal synergy.
Yeah.
I really think if one team just starts snowballing, though, it could be really difficult for the other team to come back. Kind of both sides have pretty good scaling. Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
I think maybe the only point when it could get almost like too hard for one team that I can even see where it wouldn't just come down to like a team fight would maybe be if the Camille got so big that Cassante can't match her on his own, and then it becomes really difficult. But otherwise, I think it's going to be difficult not to eventually let MVP at least get at least one kind of fight like how they want with their card.
Yeah, if that scenario you just posed happened, I feel like Ripshots will have the game in the bag if the Camille was able to give Master, because we've seen Drago do so well on the really very, very big leads, and especially on a champ with Camille, like with just such hard scaling, such high damage, and with her most recent buffs, she's a really, really strong champion right now.
Alright.
Definitely. Not sure how much time we have until we get into game.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Damn, we gotta take
Well,
the
they take a while. It's just a
Yeah.
spectator delay, though.
Spectator delay. Hey, I'm just
That's
happy we
cool.
can get a stream, so I'm not going to complain about it. You know, Valor
Yeah.
Syndra, I'll talk about that for a second. I think Syndra into Ziggs is fine. You know, he kind of went for that, what I said, of like, you know, you're going to match a mage, you're going to try to farm. If Ziggs ever mispositions and gets too close, Syndra can 100 to 0 you. But if Joel's positioning, it's really on point this game, it's going to be difficult for Valor. He'll just have to kind of farm. But at the same time, you know, the only dive he has to worry about is Leona plus Camille. And if he's positioning well and saving Scatter the week for them, there's really not a ton of threat onto him either. So definitely can do well here.
It
I
depends.
think
a
he's
lot on
under
the
like
global
no
ones.
threat to Talia ganks. I don't think Talia is a threat to Valor at all as far as ganking. As long as he has the E up, Talia can't ever really go mid, in my opinion.
This is and these are quotes from Apari1010 on the chat. I think bottom line is that Rift Sharks cannot 5v5 this game. If they do, they just straight up lose. IMO.
You know, I think I kind of see that. You know, if you get the Taric ult down, if you get a good Wukong ult down, yeah, I don't think they can. Which is strange to say when you've picked Jinx, when you pick Ziggs, you know, like these team fight monsters. So you definitely then still have to say, well, you know, MVP has to execute it well. They can't mess up those ultimate timings, or then Rift Sharks could get one kill, get Jinx excited, and clean them up. But I do agree with Apari that has to be the game plan, is don't give them that 5v5. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Let Ziggs and Camille take those towers.
Yeah, no comment that needs to be said, because I agree with most of what both her and Groove said. And Akari's comment, I feel like the team fight from MVP is so strong that if you really don't want to get into any scraps with them until like your side lanes are strong. And even then, like this is really hard. This is hard. This game could really go either way. And it's just dependent on like how snowbally each of like this is highly dependent on the snowballing aspects.
Yeah. What's your thought on the top matchup? You know, obviously we are assuming that Camille can outscale and get to that point of just being unstoppable, but at what point do we get to that, you think, Arnie? Is it need a couple items? Is there a chance to fight him early game? Like, she did take Ignite, so clearly feels aggressive.
I feel like, in my opinion, Camille really wants to get items before she becomes really a menace in the sideline. Like in my opinion, with Camille, I think her 2-item power spike is one of the strongest in the game, and that 2-hour is the 2-hour power spike that I'm talking about is the Ravenous Hydra and the Triforce. That is standard for Camille top. From what I've seen, if she is able to get that 2-iron power spike as soon as possible, she's like completely sit on the side. Like, but in my opinion, like I feel like Camille really, in order to effectively fit in the side lane, she needs to have that push. And Camille, obviously Camille doesn't really have great push early because of how low her AOE wave clearing is. So, in my opinion, once Camille is able to get those crucial items like the Tiamat Tiamat item and like the Triforce, we'll be able to see Camille and like we'll be able to see Camille do some work. So I'll say that much.
All right, we are in game. Can you guys see that?
Those are.
Yeah,
Yep.
we can.
All
Are you putting
right.
the scoreboard assets on there?
I am throwing it on as we speak, and I'm also getting
Yeah.
rid of this cringe one.
You know, I don't think too much surprises me as far as runes and summoners go. I think going first strike on Talia is fine. I was wondering if he would do like phase rush, like a lot of at least the mid lane Talias
Oh,
are
double
taking.
flash is coming out
Ooh.
already.
Flash for flash, and you know that's something MVP likes to do. They did the exact same thing to me in our series. Kind of have one person.
Kadiri's
walk
walking
up
back.
and-
This is a little aggressive.
Oh no. Yeah.
Looks like everything.
But yeah, that's something MVP likes to do. They like to try to walk up as a unit and see if they can get even that slight advantage. So I'm not too surprised by that. And I don't think Adiri losing his flash is the end of the world. If he passed well and like doesn't get into a bad spot against the Wukong, I don't think the flash will end up mattering. Whereas, you know, maybe the Taric flash actually could matter. Taric's pretty weak early game, and now you don't have flash against Jinx Leona. I think it'd be really hard to walk up.
Yeah, we'll have to see how. We'll have to see how both teams will take advantage of having their respective players having no flash. We'll just have to see if Taric is able to get bullied in the lane.
Cannot see the game, friends.
No game.
Oh.
You can see it on the screen.
That's
I'm watching on Twitch too. Can anyone else see the game?
Oh, I can't see it.
Huh. Well, I mean, in that case, welcome to the cat safari.
What? Am I here now? Is that?
Let me
You're
check the
here now?
stream. I'll see if
Stanley
this-
says he can see it. It must be a personal issue. Maybe you
It must be a personal issue. Fuck, bro.
Yeah? Alright, we are going to see Psycho Carrot get
Good
a
luck.
nice double stun and do a bunch of damage to Eric.
Oh yeah, it was just a me thing. All right, shit, my bad. I guess I'm here now.
Yeah? Alright. I'm liking what I see, you know? Psycho Carrot gets to level 2, walks up, forces Dean out of lane. The Needle lane will do that to you.
Hot trades. Pretty beneficial from.
Drago gets Q2 empowered.
Trade here. The lane.
Oh, wait, Joel's going for a kill
Joel is getting some really good trades
What the
here. Joel might be able to kill him.
here. No, he's just
Wait,
backing
what-
off, doesn't know where Julian
What was
is.
Valor doing there?
He's hitting the gritty.
It just feels like he ate a bunch of poke for no reason.
Look at
I don't
Wukong.
know.
Oh,
he's
wait, but
going in.
Wukong's the only flanking. Guru makes a good point.
Joel's flash.
Oh, the flash
Yeah.
is forced from the Ziggs. Oh, nice
Oh
W
my
from 3B.
God!
It's a solo kill. What a W!
Well, damn.
Yeah, you know, I think if Valor hit the stun there, Joel actually would have died. But do at least get the flash, and then PB with... That's the stuff you were seeing happen in LCS constantly when Cassante first came out, was that push back into the turret play.
That was a sick
Oh.
outplay from PB.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen mid either, so that's just a unanswered kill. Very good
You know,
start.
that's what you don't have flash on the Camille. You opted for the ignite. You can't get out of that. You can't get out from under the turret.
Arne, you're a resident top lane merchant. How obnoxious is it to play against Camille's true damage on Q second?
You know, PB's
honestly-
sticking around here. This is kind of interesting.
It's not too bad early game, but as I said previously, once Camille's able to get her items, she becomes really tough. Oh, we have a gank. Otherwise, we have a gank here on the mid lane. Good shot from Valor. Does he have the flash? Oh, he flashes. Good flash from
Oh, I
Valor.
would have liked to see.
Carrot's
the
caught
Dynamo
here.
character. I think this can be a
Carrot's
kill, yeah.
dead to
I think it
Dean's
is a kill
rockets. Dean's
regardless.
going to try to run in. Nila's. What?
Oh!
What?
Okay, well, rip bot lane, GG's.
Yeah, rip bot lane.
It chose not to
Ev-
use flash there. I mean,
Evan just not respecting the respect.
Evan just gonna walk-
Ignite.
Evan just gonna walk the under tower.
Ignite.
I mean,
They just
He was
yeah,
out.
no,
they just know their limits.
they kind of shat the bed on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, Evan could have just walked away from that. And yet he chose to walk back into Dean for 3 extra autos.
Well, I mean, you had to expect the fact that Jinx had like lethal tempo stacked.
My
God,
lord.
I don't know why. Just Evan just didn't respect.
Valor misses a W! Almost pays for it too!
Last year's miss from Leona.
Valor's been walking a
Valor got
tightrope all
lucky
game.
and died there, yeah.
Oh, for real.
That was a good room timer from Eric. It's a bit unfortunate that the flash even missed.
Flash engagement Leona misses. We do see, I wanna actually just hover over these.
I mean, Drago's got the CS lead at the very least, so I mean, it kinda equals out.
Check
Actually, yeah,
gold
no.
here. That is a 700 gold lead in bot lane.
The
Yeah.
Oh,
200 gold lead on the side of MVP top.
not bad at all, not bad at all.
Jinx ban that hits
What?
like
What?
that
Where
much,
was that
I
hook
know it.
shot going?
I'm gonna be for real, brother. I think he sent it to Narnia. Void grubs are taken by Julian, so getting ahead in the objective game.
Wukong's behind here.
But Camille at 6.
Oh,
This could be
Dragon.
what they not want. PB's
They
actually
have
low
vision
too. I
on
don't know if
Wukong,
you go
they
for
know
this.
he's there.
I think there's
Oh,
a
right.
hard angle to gank from. Camille has the ulti and the ignite. It's very, very volatile.
I mean, Camille could just turn on Wukong kill.
No. PB ops to
Oh, I
roll.
think if Drago has more mana there, he might actually be able to kill, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have mana to really use the whole rotation.
Alright.
Looks like
Oh.
Julian is popping towards the. Oh, we got the pause here.
Alright,
Carrot leg.
all G, sorry, R.
One of the quickest pauses we have ever seen in the entirety of
Glad for it,
maybe
glad for it.
Scrims, in the entirety of Scrims 7 history. That was like a 2-second split decision. I'm lagging, and then never mind, I'm ready.
It's
Nah,
like, why should I experience this
It's
spike?
because the spectator now needs to add delay for killing the delay from the pause. So we'll be here for 3 minutes. Oh, never mind. There we go.
Alright, back at it again. We see Julian walking back up to the top side of the map. I wonder if he's gonna go for the flashless Ziggs or the flashless Camille. We'll have to see what he does here. He is running. He is running straight first into Hidiri. It looks like he's going for the drugs, for the Raptors. We have to see what's happening out where Raptors is.
Yeah, this is just spectator catching up with the delay.
Yeah.
Still unfortunate to see what happened. I assume it was just like a.
Oh, Dean's so hot.
Not here.
Oh, but is he? He's over the wall, and I don't know if the bot lane has a way to catch them. Never mind.
Oh.
Tarek lands a stun.
How are they getting caught here?
Oh, but Terra takes the shutdown.
Tarek gets it, yeah. That's just Dean being too far in lane with Eric being way off the side. I mean,
Yeah.
that window should never have been there. And
Yeah.
at least Eric, got the kills for them, so it wasn't like Neela got it. So Dean still
Oh!
got that lead in the-
Oh, the rocket!
Oh!
And he, hey, 3 and 1.
Yeah.
3 and 1. Take those. He
3
would
and
not have
1.
been in base through that angle had he not died. That's how I'm gonna play it.
I mean, maybe he was just thinking that far ahead. Guy
Yeah,
was playing
maybe he
4D
was planning
chess.
like that. Oh my lord. Dean's looking pretty good on the Jinx so far.
I'm not
able to
surprised. He's had a
yeah.
pretty wide champion pool all from what I've seen, so I'm not surprised he's played Jinx.
Yeah, despite that initial dip, at least he's able to, at least get something back with that
He's
extraordinarily random kill top lane with the Jinx rocket.
He's still about 700 gold above the Neela as well. And I mean, the rest of the map's even.
We just have to hope that Ding doesn't overextend like that again.
Or speaking of overextending, maybe
okay.
Joel's caught here.
Oh, he.
Oh no!
No!
The
The boop from the mine! Oh,
He
that
booped them the
sucks.
wrong way.
I'd like to say, Valor would have flashed that either way, so you weren't gonna get the kill, but you did. Valor would have had to flash had that not happened. So.
That is really funny.
But there's the gank
my
by Julian,
God.
man. You know it's coming. Valor lands that stun, and that's all it takes to actually be able to convert into a kill.
Hmm? Oh. True damage
It'd
is
be interesting to see
mitigated.
if Talia can go bot here with her ultimate. No flash on either bot laner for MVP. If they push too far up, the wall can come.
Oh,
There it is.
speaking of, here it is.
Park does have 6. I wonder if he has to. You could use it in time. He
Jinx
does.
goes out.
should
I think
be
Targ
fun.
might still be dead.
Oh, the Neela passive. What?
Yeah, Neela
That'd
counter
be
strike, very
cool.
fun.
Oh
How
my
many
God.
years does Neela have?
That's
Targ
actually
does need to be careful. They might try to dive this with Carrot being that low.
How, I don't think
Yeah.
he's staying here.
Oh, but the follow-up ain't there.
Maybe I'm wrong?
That's such...
They're just better?
Okay, no.
God.
They should have just been happy with the chunk, I feel like, anyways.
I think you could have pulled that dive off if you'd like coordinated
Coordinated better?
and
Yeah.
Gets up the Kalia combo. You
coordination
can't
just-
dodge it, but
Yeah. Not only that, but the dive was the counter was really good from Slacker Carrot. He's able to get the stun off before he's able to get he's able to get the
Yeah.
buffer from before the Leona can stun him.
Check gold on bot lane.
also Talia, you know, it's bot lane for so long there after that play was over. Julian just taking
Neela
the-
has the lead now.
Only by barely, but 100 leads 100
Only by
leads.
Yeah, you're really disappointed with how this bot lane's gone after that first 2 kills that looked really good for the side of Rift Sharks.
They just
But,
kind
you
of like
still
threw it a little bit.
scale. Yeah, I mean,
That's a
Yeah.
sprint.
they did. That's what it is. But definitely still close. I want to see kind of get it more involved. I think that roam that Leona had earlier was really good. You just didn't land the flash E. I want to see him try something like that again.
Oh, Julian's in behind Joel. But looks like Joel sniffs it up.
Yeah, despite how chaotic the bot lane is going, the bot at the very least you're not behind. Like you have the Jinx and you have the Jinx and the Neela having both of their items.
Leona is down 3 levels.
Leona is down 3 levels. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
pretty
they
big
don't have
important thing to
6
factor.
if MVP sees this Dragon take, which they do.
There's Targ.
Julian goes in and
this
steals
steal
it!
from Julian is so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh. Do we get?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, it's a
we
good
do?
play
Wait,
from
Jinx
Jinx.
has reset.
the passive's up.
Jinx has
Jinx
reset!
tried it.
Okay.
Oh, Jinx is doing it.
Okay.
but the Neela's
but
found
then Neela's
Jinx.
gonna do it
Oh,
back.
Leona just can't find the
Oh.
CC.
I think
I'm
the
saying
Leona's
Leona
dead.
has
Gets
6
stunned
there.
Oh, never
Leona
mind.
not having 6 contributed a lot to that. If
Yeah.
Eric just had 6 there, maybe they could have been able to kite that a little better. But it's very
It's
unfortunate
really
that the
late
Leona.
on getting 6. I mean, that Tarek ultimate for that previous play was forever ago.
Yeah, no, he's 3 levels down. It's that one roam costed him big time apparently.
That's insane, actually. 1 death, 3 levels down. I don't
It's
want
Neela.
that.
It's Neela.
I mean, yeah, but
I don't know.
Not-
Maybe.
3's the same.
Oh. Does
Oh,
Drago pick it up?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Drago
this is a
picks
kill
it.
for Drago.
Ignite comes
Oh,
down to
Drago.
secure it.
That's what you needed on the side of Rift Sharks right there. I get
Yeah.
we've got a 40 CS lead almost in that lane and a kill now. It's what
Yeah,
you had
Drago
to
is
see
looking.
from Rift Sharks.
Drago is looking very strong. He's likely going to have the Triforce on his next back.
Yeah, I think Camille really wrecks that.
Yeah. Makes sense that they'd go on the Leona.
Is this just a kill from Evan?
Yes, but it is, but it's traded back.
Oh, the target
Oh.
The temple stacks are going. Dean's ghosting for this. Oh, the stun. Very nice walk back.
I don't think Dean grabs this one. I mean, Dean's been pretty good this game, but I don't think he grabs that.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
No,
Very chaotic exchange. It's a bit unfortunate for the side of MVP, not able to
they
get
can
the
actually
target all
look
the
at diver
time.
now if she's not careful.
Ooh. Julian's got a little bit of indecision here, sitting in the river for that long. Felt like he could have gone to one of those lanes and added a little bit more spicy. Hidiri
Ooh,
actually
Hidiri doing some counter
steals
jungling?
Julian, yeah. Do you know that Julian's in just the bot mid-river, doing God knows what, so he goes in and steals some of Julian's camps.
Yeah, we do actually have a decent little farm lead in the jungle as well. Even levels for now, but is starting to break that breakaway.
Despite the kill, they're actually even gold as well. The farm lead's paying off.
Well, the trades from
Joel misses the
Oh.
ultimate. Kind of whiffs all of his abilities. So I prefer the Kog'Maw over the Ziggs XD.
Drago is doing fantastic so far on this top lane so far. He's getting prio in his lane despite having not a lot of push with having just the Triforce. And that may be able to have
Oh, there goes like 25% of PB's health.
doesn't look like Talia's gonna be
Oh
popping
my
top five.
god!
Another
He
25%.
There's gonna be a solo. There's
And
gonna be a solo.
Solo Bolo, yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
nicely played from Drago.
Oh my god, they're gonna catch
Ooh.
Valor!
Valor dies on the other side.
I'm gonna be
Valor dies
for
on the
real.
other side of the
I am-
map.
I am seeing how that one happened.
How did Valor end up in that position? We gotta have to watch that back.
Yeah. So I'm just
What's
gonna...
mid lane? What's mid lane?
Alright, Joel throws
he's
Q1.
got-
Joel autos. Throws the E. Valor flashes, and he's dead.
I guess he didn't expect Hideri to be there.
Yeah, probably not. Oh my god, Julian ganks bot lane.
Oh,
Yadiri is there.
on the other side.
Yeah.
What? Dean gets
Oh,
reset.
but
We've seen
back.
this one before. Oh,
flash.
Carrot's flash is
did he
insane.
Goodbye.
Oh.
I mean, I don't blame Dean there. He had Evan on vision in that bush, so he wasn't that scared, but didn't account for the Tarek flash.
Yeah, no, Carrot's been playing this Tarek insanely well. This is a theoretically losing matchup for them.
An extremely
I
chaotic
mean, it
bot
was a
matchup
losing
so
matchup. They
far.
lost 2 kills early.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Got back to being ahead. Pretty impressive.
That's very chaotic to have this with how bot lane has been so far, getting devs traded back and forth.
Both teams are just finding
Oh.
great ways to capitalize on each other's mistakes.
Looks
the
like
base
Evan's
got
out.
cancelled from the Nila. I wonder if they're able to are they able to catch the Nila out here?
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
Have the Leona ult if that could connect.
Leona actually lands the
The
E.
E connects. The stun comes off though. Is he unable to get
Rocket
the combo?
comes down.
He
Leona
still
ulti
lands it
does come
into
down.
Targo.
Oh!
He kills him with
Oh,
the Targo.
wow.
Saved him.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
Hideri.
dead Tarek, no flash.
Oh, Hideri getting caught on the
Oh.
side there.
On the other
There's
side
no
of the map,
guaranteed
though.
dragon.
And there he
Leo was
unfortunately-
found though, yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty unfortunate to get picked off in rotation right there. Really smart by MVP to find it, Leo. Because now drag is not. You probably really can't take it now.
Yeah.
She's still going to take
No one
consolation
dealing with
prize.
another.
Oh, here he come.
Deal with it.
Oh, loud he coming.
Drago is driver certified. Oh boy.
Big chunk.
Camille is turning so dangerous now. He's so ahead of this.
Well, yeah.
That damage.
Another really nice trade from Drago, just barely under the tower.
I mean,
Fine,
every
it's all
Q
bad.
is taking so much health, right? Or is it a Q? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, her Q is the one that stabs. And does the
Mm-hmm.
huge true damage that no one likes. I love
Regardless,
Cho'Gath ultimate on a 2-second cooldown.
I think regardless in the kit, I feel like just Drago has been mechanically just really clean in top matchups. He's able to like dodge so many of the Sante Qs. And like being able
They're
to
getting
just
caught?
kills is
Question?
really important.
No, he's got
Carrot's
Syndra.
not caught.
Just playing vision, I think Carrot's fine with just playing vision there.
Hidiri looks like he's doing no damage. Oh my lord, I think Valor might kill him.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Was that a potential one shot? I
Yeah,
thought
it was.
Valor maybe could have just ulted that guy and he would
Might
have
have
just
got
died here.
Guess he wasn't in range.
Yeah, with that level 2 ultimate.
The Ziggs
Oh, I
poke
thought
is
I
doing
could've-
so much for them right now.
Oh, they're
Oh?
going to pick here.
Leo.
I think Neela's in trouble.
Yep, the Jinx Rocket
Rocket
gets it.
Jinx.
Oh my god, the stun is
Okay,
great!
and alright.
Oh, the
I mean,
Jinx.
it is what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
okay, it's a
okay.
disaster.
Are we about to see a Penta from D?
Which
Nah.
one? You want a team fight?
We might. Dean's
No,
walking
that-
for it.
Oh my
Evan just
god.
got caught there and was just. It was
Oh.
over at that point.
Do we
Okay,
only
Grant.
eat?
This
Okay.
may be a Penta. Oh my god. Is it a Penta from
It's
Ripshot?
gonna be unofficial. I think
Oh,
too much
boy.
time has passed. Yeah, it's unofficial, but it's a
Yeah.
penta nevertheless,
Yeah,
and that's
unofficial
not what you want to
penta.
see.
Wow, the golds, Ripshots just got like 5,000 gold from that fight. Holy shit.
Yeah, this game just
Yeah.
got really
This-
hard.
Yeah, that Jinx.
Yikes.
I don't think the Camille is now going to be able to list of your worries that Jinx being so megalodon feared.
Okay, so now that they have like a 5k gold lead, now I think they can team fight.
They just give Jinx every reset possible. You can't do that with the.
We
Yeah,
have
it's a
seen
bad fight. It wasn't. It was
Yeah.
MVP getting engaged on. They need to be the initiators with the Wukong, with the Tarek, with Neela.
The
We'll
Talia
have to
wall
see
did
if Rift-
numbers as well for
Oh,
just
no,
corralling
no.
them.
Their Rift Sharks took a very good fight on their terms, and I think that's why they were able to win that so convincingly.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean,
And if you pick the enemy ADC to start the fight, it's gonna be good there.
Props to Joel for getting everyone low as well with the poke.
Oh yeah, the Joel Ziggs is.
That's why we
and
banned
he's
it.
farming really well.
Ooh. Oh, who's catching who? As we got ults coming out of the wazoo, flashes.
There. I'm not sure about that flash, but
Ooh.
Not the target you want if you're Valor. Oh, okay, well, we've seen this one before.
I'm not sure why Talia's on the bot wave instead of Ziggs. I think Ziggs should be over there pushing that.
It's because Ziggs rotated over with the ultimate to try to initiate a fight. Oh, Dean's just dead here. Flashes!
Ooh.
Kinda has to.
I mean,
The
with how
power
hard
stun was
Camille's
really
running side
close.
lane, Dean just needs to back up.
Oh, Joel, no!
Yeah. Oh no, this is what I was worried about for Rift Sharks. Like, in these kinds of positions with such massive leads, there's. What I've seen Rift Sharks struggle with is just they're just bleeding gold randomly for no reason. Having their AD carry and having the Ziggs stepped up that far is just very
Rift Sharks
unfortunate
definitely
to
has
see.
a problem with getting picked occasionally.
Honestly, if I'm Dean right now, I just grab a GA, no?
Yeah, I also could just grab a GA if I'm Dean.
I don't even think so. I think you just position better. I mean,
Position
Yeah.
better, sure, but that 1,000 gold shutdown is just, I don't know.
Oh, the Talia.
Oh,
Oh, nice
Carrot's
flash on
flashes have
Carrot.
been on point. But Hidiri shot. Oh, never mind. Hidiri shot.
Follow kill on the other side from Camille is really good.
there's
Yikes.
1,000 dead.
And there,
Wow. And
Yeah.
they just
And we've kind of put it back as quick as we did. But hey, Camille's still winning side.
It's still 2k gold lead.
Killed
yeah.
Cassante. Camille needs to tell the rest of his team to chill out. We are already hard winning at 2 items.
Or. Oh. Oh, there is actually a catch here. And you can dodge a lot of things, but you can't dodge bombs as Anila. You know, you can dodge a wrench, but you can't dodge a bomb. So Leona unfortunately gets that kill, but you'll still take it because that takes her off the map at a pretty crucial time.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the
I think
pings.
Rift Sharks just needs to, if they're gonna be in a position where they're playing aggressively, it needs to be towards the side Camille is on. That way, if MVP chooses to go in, Camille could rotate over quickly through the jungle with like the hook shot.
We see 5 going down. Looks like they're starting to Nash.
Yeah. Gonna just
I mean,
force
yeah,
this.
you might
I
as
mean,
well.
this is interesting, too. Camille has teleport. You're choosing to bring her at the start.
Wait,
Force a 5-on-5.
there does appear to be an altercation over here.
oh, Drago's able to find a
Drago's
shot on the
catches.
Syndra.
I'm not sure why Valor was walking that way, to be honest.
Yeah, and Camille's just hunting the Wukong here on the back. He's gonna have to go in.
Oh.
Whoa!
And he still gets it.
he
Misses
steals
the
it
smite,
again.
still gets it.
HP!
That's his second steal of the game.
Where I
Almost
saw one.
literally 1 HP. That is so
What?
that is so
Dragon's going in.
tragic.
What are you doing?
Alright, we'll see the fight, but
Well,
Oh no.
Okay, I think-
And the fight is a disaster for the side of Rift Sharks.
Yikes. Oh, well, one back.
I mean, one back,
Able to get a
but
trade.
Not with the one you want,
Man.
though. And Neela gets just
that's
shut
all,
down.
folks.
I mean, they have a 4-on-5. Camille is hunting the Wukong in the back line. If everyone just stops DPSing the Baron, there's never even a chance there, and Wukong was gonna die. They misplayed that pretty badly, and then even then, it took a 1 HP Baron for the steal to go over.
Oh, what is Hidiri doing? They know that he's
Yeah, I
doing
mean-
this.
It's not expecting them to be back on the map that quickly.
I'm going to get inted by my computer once more. Alright.
It's playoffs, baby. One health Baron steals. Good.
Okay,
Yikes.
well, Valley is picked up. The Jinx is kind of moving, schmoving.
Oh,
Oh.
they might
In the
actually
Wu-
find Wu here.
Ooh, the E onto the
The
Raptor.
taser misses.
Yeah. no problem.
Alright.
Yeah,
Right,
I don't
man,
know
right
if
now
that's
it's anyone's
gonna get
game.
very much with the Baron, but I think if the side of Rift Sharks had gotten that Baron, they could have just won this game because Camille with the Baron buff would be just too much, I think. But now I think MVP at least stalls it out till another Baron comes up.
Monkey is odd vision. So there is no potential flank here that they are not aware of. And the poke is landing. But Neela is cringe. And Neela Tarek is cringer.
Yeah, I mean, Neela's on 4 items. Team's at 2.5 right now. That's kind of wild.
We'll have to see if MVP are able to just.
Despite having 13 kills, he's 3K down.
He's 3K.
3K down is nuts.
With 13 kills. That's
The farm difference is going crazy, I guess.
Oh, they're trying to make something happen mid here.
Oh, the ulti!
Oh! Neil just destroyed everyone!
Ban the Neela!
I mean,
Yeah!
that's 4 items, Neela.
yeah. Hey. Okay.
They're just pushing down mid. Looks like they're gonna end soon. I mean, I don't know how
I think
Drago
this is
stops
just
this.
an end in general.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
yep.
that fight was pretty bad.
Yeah, it looks like Camille's just gonna
yeah.
be forced out.
And it's just over like that.
Yup, it's over. In the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye, it's done.
You gotta have to
Wow.
feel that. You gotta feel bad for Drake. You're having such a good top lane game, and then seeing the other side of the map, and just seeing the
Dude, if I'm-
13-5 Neela.
If I'm Drago, I'm telling the team, we're
Chill.
giving me a carry again, and you guys are just gonna not end the game. Like, that's insane. Getting caught there in mid. Your top laner is so strong in the side lane that if you just play that game slower, stop getting picked off randomly. He was taking turrets in the face of Cassante. That's frustrating for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that game gave me whiplash. It was Rift Sharks was ahead, then MVP was ahead, then Rift Sharks found a pick, then they lost Baron, but then they had another good fight, but then they all just die in mid.
I mean, it's just, I don't know, like, it felt like both teams were making massive blunders left and right, but,
I mean, it was a 55 kill game in 25 minutes. I mean, we're averaging over 2 kills per minute. Like, wow, they brought the action. That's for sure.
yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah. I don't know, pretty slow game in the jungle, I feel like.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like, felt like every lane was pretty explosive, apart from maybe mid, and jungle was just kind of there, showing up for dragons and ganking here and there.
No, I mean, I think honestly, for game 2, I think Rift Sharks is fine to run it back with a really similar strategy. You clearly could have won with that. It's just a few misplays, a few unlucky, like a 1 HP Baron. You just get caught a few times. Like,
But again, they just,
definitely a winning strategy.
yeah, but again, like back then when they lost, like, I don't know why they just decided to fight in a cluster like that. I mean, you just give Neela the freest angle imaginable.
That deal at the end there, that was disgusting.
I mean, it's like, they opted to fight Deathball v Deathball, and MVP had the better Deathball, so it's just... eh.
Just gonna...
And it all happened while Drago was away.
I just hope that this isn't going to be a repeat of their last series. Like having Rift Shark having such massive leads and then just throwing them because of just unnecessary deaths. Like we saw their goal value just drip down piece by piece with just because of how Rift Shark's positioned. With despite their leads, they just needed the Camille to just do Camille things. Like the Camille was absolutely being chilling on the side lane and just destroying the Cassante, and Camille is just watching from the sideline, just randomly seeing that Neela's getting a shutdown, Syndra's getting a shutdown. It's just like, as I said, you just have to feel really bad for Drago after having such a good performance and good performance in isolation, and then seeing his team crumble. It's very unfortunate.
I feel like the moment they lost, instead of like fighting, they should have like been like not fighting, but like holding their ground in mid lane at the very least, just to like give Drago time to do his shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting getting into game 2. We do see that there's gonna be a roster switch up on the side of Rift Sharks. They're bringing in Mason for jungle and Jacob for support. So we are
Okay.
getting the faded first versus second team jungler matchup that we have yet to see all season. So I'm really excited for this one. Otherwise, I don't really know what else it changes. Rift Sharks chose to go red side again. I think that's fine. It's gonna be interesting to see if they think they need to change any of their bands around, or if they think it was just an execution error.
I think it was just an execution
Yeah.
error.
I think it's execution. I mean, they
Like-
had. Oh, go ahead, Arnold.
Like the Jinx had the Jinx had their moments. They just needed to just have better positioning while everything was chilled out. Like having their goal being bled just by just randomly dying in the side lane or in mid lane is just. I think like that's what really did it for them. Because otherwise, like they just needed to just chill out while the Camille was just in the side lane and having Drago just do side laning. Because on the other side of the map, while Rift Shots were dying, like Drago was getting solo kills on the tower and solo kills and getting towers and platings. It's just like you either have to like if you're unable to like play the team fight. If you're unable to execute the team fighting, you might want to just change it up and just play for Drago, if that makes sense.
It felt like during that game,
Okay, we
they
are getting
kind
the
of.
draft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Udyr is getting banned away from Mason because the graphic is wrong. It is Mason and it's Eric in. So yeah, they said that.
Yeah.
So it's Mason and Jacob in.
Where did
So
you see this?
they can drop the Blitzcrank ban and put in Udyr ban instead. I predict the other two will probably be
Alright.
similar.
I'll be back, guys. Hold down the fort.
We see the MVP bans changing immediately as soon as Mason comes in,
So it's Mason, Jungle, who else is it?
and Jacob in support.
Oh. Okay. Wait, who's top? Jago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say this is kind of exciting. I was gonna be disappointed if it was 2 seasons in a row where Mason was like on first or second team jungle and then didn't play in the playoffs, because I'm pretty sure he didn't get to play last season on Metabusters before they lost. Yeah, I was gonna be really disappointed if he didn't get to play some. I'm pretty excited for this matchup.
I'm very excited too, seeing the number 1 and number 2 go head and head. Everything's on the line here for Rift Sharks. Mason's got a lot to prove in order to keep Rift Sharks in playoff contention.
They're actually going to ban away the Wukong. They respect it that much from Mason, and they don't actually want to first pick it. Clearly, Julian feels like you don't want Mason to have it, but if we first pick it, then he'll have a good counter pick. So that's surprising to me that they're going to actually ban it away, but clearly showing a lot of respect to Mason.
I wonder now what you're gonna see from Julian with the bans being placed out.
Hui's left open because they banned the Neela, and we're going to get Hui. Probably going to be
They're gonna
bot
run it
lane.
back.
I'm
Ooh,
sure
they're running
Valoran
it back to
could
the
play
Jinx
it,
again.
but I doubt it.
The
Running it
exact-
back. Why not?
The exact same 1-2 from Rift Sharks, the Jinx and the Ziggs.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, it was not the draft, was not the issue.
It was not. Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like the Jinx and the Ziggs. You're having like the champs were the issue, and like it was just positioning. And if they're able to clean up the positioning, then I feel like
Ooh.
try to cut myself
where'd this come
off.
from?
But we have to.
So
we have
that
to
probably means either Hui mid or Hui support. Don't know if you do play support anymore.
I'm back. What we got? Dean
very-
on
It's a very interesting flex pick. We could potentially see Hui smaller in the bot lane or Valor on the solo lane Hui. We'll have to see. The Xin Zhao bot line.
Zinzao this early.
Julian Zinzao's been really good this season as well. Had some really dominant performance on it. I know there's been a lot of talk about Zinzao not being that good blind though, so I'm kind of curious
We'll
to
have
see
to see
what
if
Mason does.
have to see what the potential counter is from Mason. If there's any particular good champions that I'm not entirely sure on the matchups for Jinzao, but we'll have to see. And Nami for Jacob is not surprising. That's like essentially his pocket pick, his bread and butter.
Yeah. I'll be curious to see if they're fine with just giving him blind pick Cassante again. He didn't really have any problem dealing with that as Camille. You know, maybe MVP chooses to ban Camille this time around, and then it's more of a question of what you're going to go towards. Aatrox is actually open as well. Now it's banned.
I
So
wonder if
Aatrox is gone, and maybe Camille gets taken off the table with how well that went, especially if you're going to just blind pick a tank again.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it would not be too surprising if it was a Camille ban. Master Yi is being hovered. I don't think they are going to ban it. I feel like that's just they ban it. Wow. I guess the immediate Diana lock. I assume that's going to be in the jungle.
I mean, Diana is pretty strong in jungle right now, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes. I think it could be really good. I don't know though. I'm curious. MVP had a really good 4th and 5th pick last game. Kind of interested to see if they can find something again. You know, Tarek's gone. What would he go towards? Rel.
I'm not sure about the Rel here. I'm being for real.
Yeah, there's a non-zero chance that that's PB playing Rel top. But we'll see what they.
No way! I feel like it's pretty.
And it's a 0% chance.
Psycho Carrot Rel is going to be kind of interesting. I don't actually think Rel's that good. I think if the player's good at her, you can make it work. But I don't actually like her that much over other engaged supports currently.
I really like that Poppy blind pick from PP. That's really good into the kind of champions Drago wants to play.
Now something like Darius might be good here.
I feel like Darius would be very good.
One
is being hugged.
But...
You gotta pick the Garen.
Interesting.
I don't think that's too bad. I feel like comp wise, I feel like the Darius could have been a little better. It would have made your front to back a lot stronger, which I think Rift Sharks having like a front to back while having the Jinx in the back is very preferable. But I do like Garen into Poppy. I feel like that's like in terms of what champs you can pick into Poppy, that's probably like one of the better ones you can do.
Oh, they did actually pick Darius.
Oh,
so
they picked the Darius.
Garen, it's Darius.
All right. Well, let me just.
I do like Darius here. It gives your front to back so much strength, and it makes the front to back from MVP even more difficult if you're unable to shut down the Darius.
Yeah, I do think something like Hui and Smolder can actually deal with Darius, but if he's able to get such a lead in his 1v1 like he was last game, then no, they probably won't be.
It is a very hard matchup for Poppy. I will say, Poppy. So PB has a lot on his plate to deal with, especially if Darius just goes like default Darius, chains like Conqueror, Ghost, and the Flash. I feel like PB's gonna really struggle in isolation. So we'll have to see if he's able to counteract with the counter pick that they got.
Yeah. Should be a good one. I'm really excited to see this Diana Wukong matchup. Really excited to see Mason finally get to play in the playoffs. They need him, man. You're down 1-0. I don't think Kadiri had a bad game by any means. I think they all kind of were making a little bit of mistakes, but you're bringing in what's supposed to be the second best jungler in the league. So I'm excited to see him take on Julian, who's looked really good.
A change like this is pretty expected. I think coming from Rift Sharks. I mean, it's do or die here. You're one game away from having your playoff contention knocked off and having the season go to flame. So seeing this change is like it's as I said, it's do or die for Rift Sharks. Mason has to step up to the plate and show his stuff.
Yeah, after a really good start to the season too. I'm pretty sure these were the first and second place teams at like the halfway point of the season. So a little bit of a fall for grace that they're both kind of fighting for their life right now. I definitely think both these teams are threats. I think any of the 4 teams could win, but it's now or never for Rift Sharks. I hope they give us a game 3 purely because I want to watch one, but It's now or never.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh?
I haven't heard that.
Conan?
I see. So, apparently,
Mhm.
we're gonna have a delay. It's called a crazy skin issue.
Delay?
We're getting a little delayed.
Okay.
Is all good. Is it not because of spectator watch or?
Nah, for once it's not the spectator.
I see. That's okay. That gives us more time to, I guess, discuss the drafts from both teams. And going to MVP, I'm like 95% sure that's Smolder Rel in the bot lane and Poppy top, and the Hui is going mid lane, unless if they have some sort of crazy variation with something like Poppy going somewhere else, which I don't think is likely. But in terms of MVP, I feel like you have to be very, very careful again because of the I feel like you have to be very, very careful of the top side of the map. And the same reasons as to why you need to be careful of the Camille, because if that Darius is able to get ahead and gain the lead like he did with the Camille, Rift front to back is going to be very, very dangerous for MVP, who also kind of want to play a front to back style with the Poppy and the Rel going in, the Xin Zhao, and while the Xin Zhao is going in with them, and the Smolder and the play kind of going for what their playstyle wants to be, which is, you know, prodding them down using their long range skill shots. Those are currently my thoughts in terms of the MVP draft.
All right. Well, who's the MVP for last game, by the way?
Gotta be
I
Evan,
forgot.
right?
Gotta be it. Yeah.
I
I feel like Evan. Yeah.
Julian did steal the Baron though, so that I don't know if they were winning if they lost that Baron, but
he missed
feel
the
like-
smite. That was luck.
hey, so did the other jungler.
True
feel like-
enough.
I also think that Psycho Cow had a consistently performance on the turret. He was able to get so many of the flash Q combos off. He's also a really good shout for MVP game one. Although I would be happy with either Julian or Evan.
I'd say probably Evan, man. That I mean, he found that engage on 3 to just completely
Yeah.
one-shot them and end the game at 25 minutes.
I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like that moment alone, like you can't really beat that in my opinion. So
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
yeah, we'll grant Evan the MVP for game one.
Evan really had every single person in this current streaming session screaming.
Eh,
Yeah, that's a clip it moment. That needs to be clipped and made
That
into a highlight
definitely
and
needs to be
advertised for
clipped.
Zone.
yeah.
Let's see, server guide. Where's the useful links? I can tell you what's happened if you were wondering. Lobby's being
What
PB'd
happened?
for the third time.
Good grief.
no.
Mm-hmm.
More in the company, I guess.
So, yo, anyone want to play some content create? What is it called? Content creator?
No, it's
Not
called
good.
content warning.
Mm.
Content warning.
Yeah. Play a little bit of that solo. Not the most fun experience, TBH.
Mm. Alright.
It's definitely more of a for friends or with friends type of game.
Mason has now reported a computer gap issue, which
Okay.
that's
The computer gap issue.
Computer gap? Hate to see it.
Jonah, quote, Poppy does not look great here. TBH.
No. I do think that the Poppy pick was theoretically it was good into the champs we have with seeing Drago play, but obviously if you're able to just if Drago is able to just lock into Darius like that, which like if he has some practice on it, then I can definitely like see that as being just a very, very strong counter pick for the Poppy. This Poppy is definitely gonna struggle against the Darius, and at least in lane. We have some more updates on the issue of delays. And I quote from Dean: "Jacob's game literally exploded. I don't know
Huh.
what to do."
Hmm.
We'll just tell him to not let it explode.
Not sure what's going to be the results of that, but hopefully we'll be able to get into game 2 as soon as possible. Oh, I hope that doesn't cancel the series. It would be kind of unfortunate if the series doesn't really have to be cancelled. It means that probably Jacob can't really play, and in return you probably have to just sub in Eric back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have the question of that roster probably doesn't work with Mason, so then you'd have to bring Kadiri back in, and then would you just have to redraft, or are you saying you got to play the champions we picked?
We'll have to see.
I'm unsure. Oh, I am being screamed at to spectate. I'm sorry, Dean, if you're watching stream. Wait, I'll just. He'll get the idea.
Hmm.
I hate. God damn it. Someone has been messing with the asset tool. Alright. Darius. I am trying to pull up stats right now. The constant switching of this, that, and the other has made things difficult because in the roster tool, someone has put our team and 4. What could this mean? Wait, what the fuck? Am I looking at this right? Wait, what the fuck? What? Okay. I will generate these assets. I will show them on stream. And I want you guys to guess, where's the smolder going? And
I assume it's just going bot lane. No?
alright.
Top.
Oh.
Money's on top.
Oh, we got a top. Any other takers?
I mean, they seriously want to. The standard would just having Smolder overall bot and high mid lane and Poppy top. I feel like, yeah, Rel Smolder. I'm not too sure how that combination of champions are, but I assume that just having an engage and having Smolder just scale up is just fine. On its own.
Unless they're going for some mad disrespect shit, then I don't know.
Hold on. This is about to be the funniest thing you've all seen.
I hope so.
You have to. You definitely will definitely have to confirm the lane assignments because we're unsure as to what they are. Hopefully, they'll be able to be granted that knowledge soon.
This one I'm looking for. There it is. So I'm just gonna let the champion matchup speak for itself here.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Smolder mid lane.
It's Smolder and mid.
Quaity C.
So it's Valoran Smolder? That's
What the-
interesting.
I looked at this and I had to generate the
That's
asset
really
'cause,
weird,
like,
but
what?
we'll see.
I'm not entirely sure if that's necessarily better than just having Smolder as an AD carry. Like Smolder having it's
I'm gonna have to see it. You're saying you're just gonna farm. I mean, you're against Zig, so yeah, you're just gonna sit there and farm and get stacks. So sure, but I don't know. I think that makes it hard for Xin Zhao. I think if you have Hui as your mid laner, Xin Zhao can actually look to fight early. Now with the Smolder as your mid laner, I don't know how Xin Zhao can ever take a 2v2 topside because you're already not
And
beating Darius, and
yeah,
now I don't know if you
it's
can fight against the Ziggs.
yeah, it's very odd. I definitely agree. Like I feel like Xin Zhao is gonna have like a very hot. Like I think like this, you have to play bot side of your Xin Zhao. Like you're essentially forced to play bot side because of the lane matchups. Like Ziggs, I think is always going to have push into anyone because of how good his wave clear is. I'm unsure as to how Smolder's wave clear is compared to him, but I feel like Ziggs just outright beats
Smolder's
him.
it's not good early at all. Eventually,
good
once he
early.
has some items and some stacks, he does kind of delete them.
Yeah,
But that's not right away.
it put
It's not
yeah
right
it,
away at all.
it just puts your Xin Zhao in a very tough position where like unless Ziggs is just not respecting the fact that Xin Zhao could look mid, like Xin Zhao has to look bot because the 2v2 top lane against Darius is it's going to be extremely difficult for Poppy and Xin Zhao to 2v1 Darius because of just how strong he is into both of their champions. So we'll have to see where Julian pass. We have to see how top does. It's going to be very interesting to see. I think so long as Rift Sharks don't have any random diffs like they did in the previous series. I feel like they have like the better lane matchups and in turn have like a higher chance to win in my opinion. Which basically means that I'm saying is that I feel like Rift Sharks I think is going to be winning this series this time based on draft alone.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Drago has another good game, I'd like to think they can convert it into a win.
I hope so. If I was in, I'll say I hope so. If you're Rift Sharks, you I don't know I don't even know where I was going at that point. Either way.
There we go.
They're definitely shocked about the lane assignments based on Dean's pinging. If you're Rift Sharks, you have to be happy that the fact that Smolder is going mid. The lane, like as I said before, the lane assignments for both Ziggs and Darius are really good.
Yeah,
Another
I feel like
pointer.
Rift Sharks is happy, but at the same time, Evans had some really good Hui games this season. Definitely a lane they could start to win if they play it well.
Another interesting fact is that the rune page looks for everyone looks standard except for Xin Zhao, who has decided to instead go for a Conqueror, has gone Hail of Blades instead of another rune choice, which not too sure how that interaction works. I know that like with how Xin Zhao's knockout works, it's like really potent. But we'll have to see if it's better than just taking Conqueror and World Equal Tempo.
I mean, he wants a lot of that early game power on those ganks. It also tells me that he wants the ability to fight the Diana 1v1 at certain points of the game. So I think it just shows he's going to try to be really aggressive and might go for a pretty damage-heavy build.
Very excited to see what he's going to take that build. Another thing that's also really interesting is that he is instead of puffing to bot, he is puffing to top side. So I'm wondering if he's going to try and perhaps look for a gank, go for a full clear, go for a potential gank on top side or mid lane. I've said before how massive of a problem that might pose if Darius is able to just 2v1 them.
Well,
again, we'll have to see where else he will have to go.
Yeah, both the laners for Rift Sharks are getting that early push, and yeah, he's looking mid on the pushed up Ziggs. Will probably blow through his flash here.
He's able to blow that flash, and that's really good. Well, Carrot barely missing the knockup, and it looks
Joel
like
does hold his flash though, so that's really good, really big.
that's very good. And they have they know where the jungle is on the side of Rift Sharks.
Yeah, now you have the information that he went top side, or he started bot side, so now Drago just takes the back off. And I don't know, the camera seems to be stuck on bot lane, but if we look at the top wave, it's probably pushing back to Drago, considering he gets back.
Love to see. Yep.
Yeah. So now it's going to be really difficult for Zinzao to get anything done early, because you know where he is, and both solo laners should be safe for him.
Very unfortunate that that mid gank was unable to be paid off. Bit of an engage coming from the shots. Great bubble from Jacob. But the follow-up damage from the Huey was decent from.
Yeah, Jacob is playing on his
Jacob.
signature pick. Usually does pretty well in the Nami.
Hmm. I'm not sure if, in terms of enchanters, if Nami is the best pairing with Jinx, but with like how good Jacob is on the Nami pick itself.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad by any means. I don't think it's like the one that first comes to mind, but definitely think it can work pretty well. I think
Yeah.
Jake's pretty good. I mean, Nami's pretty good in this game. Her tidal wave's pretty big against kiting out stuff like the Rel and the Xin Zhao.
Oh, Bobby was allowed to
Huge
This could be a
bridge.
potential. This could be a ghost angle from. Ooh,
Begins again.
that-
Top lane's
think that-
looking good.
yeah. I think you're happy if you're Darius because you didn't even have to expend Ghost. This Poppy legit just can't step up anymore unless if she wants to get ghosted or potentially all in by Darius. This Poppy pick is unfortunately.
Oh
not
wait, it's
paying
just
dividends
legitimately
to-
frozen.
I mean, I'm waiting for it to unfreeze.
Huh.
Huh. I wonder if spectator's a little bugged still, because this is definitely not on my end. Like, I can
Yeah,
just,
no, you're able to open the thing up.
Oh,
I can just swap between every person in the map.
very interesting. Is there any chance you can refresh it?
I'll give it about a
Maybe back it up
minute.
15 seconds and see if it plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably will. Oh. Oh, yep. So it's probably just
That worked.
it needs more delay, is my guess, because it's been a bit choppy. I'm assuming that's what's going on.
We'll just leave it here. See what. Let's see, and just catch up on what we've missed.
Yeah, we can just
Yeah,
start
Poppy's in a really bad spot. You know, that wave is pushing.
Oh, this should be a kill for Darius. He should.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, this was back.
You went
okay.
back further than 15. So this is what we've seen. Not too surprising.
Yeah, this was around the time when it was frozen, so hopefully we'll be able to catch up on what. Nope, it's just frozen again.
No? Okay. If I look at time
Yeah,
controls,
maybe
I
maybe
can
there's
see...
a pause that we can't see. Yeah, I think that can happen sometimes.
maybe?
Hmm.
It might be a pause. We're
I'm
not
looking
too
in the
sure.
Discord, there's nothing.
We'll have to see what's up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got nothing. There's just,
Well.
yeah, we're here.
We'll do our best to get it going back for everybody as quickly as we can.
I
Hang
will-
tight, folks.
Hopefully, so.
That sounds like something you'd hear in Bellagio.
Bruh.
Uh,
Brother's hooked on Balatro.
I really am. I was playing it in school.
I say as I'm currently playing Balatro.
Otherwise, while we wait, I guess we can talk about the game state of what's happened so far. With the Poppy flash being blown, PB is in a really, really bad spot right now. Not having his flash expended like that, yes, against a Darius with full sums up, you'd expect Drago to perhaps just look for a solo kill with the massive advantage that he has with the similar styles. In terms of the other lanes, it seems. Oh, sorry for cutting you off there. What were you gonna?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think it's pretty expected that's gonna turn into a kill topside unless
Yeah,
the
it's
rest
just
of the MVP
yeah.
team
The
can help it
Darius,
that way
yeah, the
good.
Darius counterpick is just paying dividends for him. It's a bit unfortunate this Poppy was able to just get such a bad matchup. In terms of the other lanes, they look pretty even as of now. The Xin Zhao was unable to get the Ziggs bad flash, so he's just puffing down to his bot side, clearing out his Krugs. We'll have to see, depending on how the lane is bot side, and maybe Xin Zhao could potentially look for a gank on the Jinx. She is a bit more vulnerable now, since she decided to take the heal instead of the ghost, so less kiteability. But just have to see the popping of Zinzao. We'll have to see what happens to Zinzao in terms of his popping.
I'll check times controls again, but looks like we're still in the same spot. I wonder
I'm
what's
not
going
sure.
on. I'll see if I can
Is
get
the
any confirmation.
game? Hold on. I wonder if the game is still going.
Yeah, I mean, it says they're going in.
The game has not stopped, so
I'll ask people
Might be
who
an
aren't in
issue
the
on
game
our end.
first.
it might just be on your end. You might have to
Can
like
you relog the game and we skip
Yeah.
back to around this time?
I
think that's a
wonder
good
if
idea.
I can. So, flash reset? No, okay. I will go through this first.
If you exit and then spectate one of them on your friends list, does that work?
I feel
I
like
will
that
try.
is. Sorry for the technical issues, everyone who's tuning into the screen. We're just gonna have to solve a little bit of spectator bug, I guess. But unfortunately, the game just silently froze on us. But we'll hopefully we get back to it in no
Delicious.
time.
Oh? No? Can I spectate from here? Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Oh. So we were at 4:30. I do remember that.
Yeah, 4:30.
Let's see. I've only had this issue maybe one other time when I was streaming and I had someone walk me through this process.
Bit unfortunate that happened again, but hopefully we won't have the same issues as before.
Back.
All right.
Yeah, we're about here.
Yeah, this is when Poppy Flash was blown. Hopefully, we don't have the game frozen on us.
Please? Onigai
Please,
shimasu?
cross fingers.
If it stops here again, I'm gonna assume it's a pause.
We'll have to see. It was like around 4 minutes 30.
Yeah, this is about where
No.
Good.
All right, we're good. All right, well, that's the,
All right,
the game.
this
keeps
is
on
the-
going.
Alright, the smolder
is-
W is new.
Oh, Diana is looking for the flash with Poppy. I wonder if they're able to get a kill from that. On the other side of the map, though, we have Zinzao lurking in the bushes. But the Zig's playing really, really safe. Not stepping up and greeting for a bigger trade. Good from Joel here. Oh no, is that
Oh,
another
no.
freeze?
The spectator might be bugged again. We are retrying the stream once more. Yeah. Rift Sharks run. I should go to Asset Creator now. Alright. Bit disappointing we didn't get to see the end of Game 2. I will now generate the assets that will spoil the results. That's very funny to me, honestly. Yes, that high-octane, very exciting game that you could have watched.
Yeah.
Screw you. I now need to... I've downloaded it to the wrong folder. I now need to find the assets I just generated inside of Beppin EX.
Feels good, man.
You know what Beppin EX is, right?
Fuck no.
Beppin EX is the mod loader for a lot of Lethal Company mods. A lot of them straight up don't work without it.
Interesting.
Dun. MVP standings 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, that's one, I think. Yeah, so this one, and this one. Correct? Yep. Oh, no, I need to delete standings. There you go. Alright. So that should update. Yeah, okay. No, the only thing I'm waiting for is Streflink. Mostly because I moved too slow. There we go. I also need
I've got fucking Constellation, Card Sharp, Acrobat, and Space Joker going right now. This is actually crazy.
That sounds pretty good. I mean, I guess what deck are you running?
Checkered.
Checkered. That sounds better on the astrology deck, the one where it's like you get the free celestial voucher.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to fight God in anime. I'm gonna be for real, I also whipped up Blatcho, assuming that like I wouldn't be streaming again. But we are in draft. MVP, banning out Joel Zaraf. Grass is green, water is blue. The sky tastes like... I'm not saying that. Gragas banned? Oh, they finally banned the Ziggs! I was waiting to see that happen. I felt like the Ziggs has been a huge problem for them the entire series.
I just got Telescope, but yeah.
Brother is having the run of all time. Let's see. Oh, it's over. I have a 31 value egg and swashbuckler now. Alright, we are going to see Udyr banned away. I'm assuming it's Mason again. I'm assuming, yeah, the asset's probably wrong, so rather than going and generating a new asset, I'm just gonna...
You said ass.
Oh wait. Is my OBS not streamable? There we go. That was weird. Discord wasn't streaming OBS the entire time, and it's only now popped, which is most certainly one of the experiences of all time. Twitch is picked for Evan. While I generate an asset to show that Mason is indeed jungler.
Supernova. I mean, it's just well deserved.
Oh my lord, Supernova. It's
Supernova.
Supernova.
Gonna have 45 stacks on it. God.
Alright, Mason, you're just gonna have to deal with this asset I generated on the fly for you, brother. I know this isn't exactly what you wanted, but it's what you're getting. Please tell me that shows up on stream. Yes! Alright. We are going to see Kaisa Lux picked. Lux probably for Drago. Kaisa definitely for Dean. Though if I'm being honest, the Kaisa can go mid and Lux could go bot. Also, I'm unsure who their support is. I'm assuming it's gonna be Jacob again. But I can't really be too sure. These assets are just kinda Bing chilling. You know what? Rather than just guessing, I'm gonna go whip out MS Paint again. We are going to see a Kali picked up for Valor. And we're going to wait until the next pick. What's this guy's name again? What was it, like, this minus 2-point player? Oh, wait, right! Jacob. I'm generating these asses on the fly. You're gonna have to give me excuse this, Dean.
Yeah, no, take it down, brother.
I'm not apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to Dean because I know he doesn't like this kind of thing. But it's, the tools I've been given.
I mean, what is the scrim zone experience with a little bit of Dean looming over your shoulder? Without, I mean.
Well, he's gonna have to deal with Scuffed Mason and Scuffed the Jacob. And also 2 people that are currently playing Balatro while streaming. Actually, I was playing Balatro the entire time on this item, be for real.
Oh, you sly dog.
We had 3 people casting. And with me,
yeah, no. Yeah, no, I was, like when I joined it, I'm like, oh, you sure you want another caster?
I mean, hey, it gives me some, pressure off my throat, and also lets me generate assets cleaner on the background. It just means I don't have much to do while the game happens. Wukong is picked for Julian, and Mason does pick up Nocturne in response. I feel like the Wukong kind of beats out the Nocturne, but I know that Mason's very comfortable on the Nocturne. Psycho Carrot is getting target banned. His Renata and Hot Boy with gems. Tarek got banned, and in response, they're going to ban away Drago's Darius,
yep,
Drago's Yone. Galio's picked, and that's probably going mid, but I can't really be sure. Like, it could be a top Galio, it could be a support Galio. Galio's in a relatively good spot, honestly, so God knows where that champion's going. Cassante is picked up in the top lane. He does not yield, in fact.
I will not yield.
I fucking hate Cassante. I fucking hate Cassante. We're gonna see Nami taken away by MVP from Jacob. And in response, we're gonna see Camille Slam. So that's probably a Galio support. I mean, you'd have to imagine. Alright. I'm going to begin to attempt to set up the game. So, overall, I think MVP with pretty unarguably the better draft.
Yeah.
You have Akali, Valor, Comfort. You have Julian on his signature Wukong pick. Evan's playing Twitch, and God forbid that any ADC in Scrim Zone is not a Twitch one-trick. Nami's been taken away from Jacob, and you will not yield top lane. Camille top against you will not yield is pretty good for Rift Shards. I'm not going to lie, especially since Draco just broke that matchup like a fucking twig. But the problem
Yeah.
is, he still lost that game, and now you have Wukong into Nocturne, you have Akali into Galio, which, I mean, actually, to be fair, I think Galio beats the crap out of that matchup. You have Kaisa Lux into Twitch Nami, and usually I'd say Kaisa Lux wins that, but it's a Twitch player on Comfort.
Yeah, it's just is what it is, you know. Just kind of have to play around that.
Yeah, we'll see how they play around that. I'm not entirely too sure how they're gonna deal with the Twitch, if I'm being honest. That's a tough one.
I'm a faith and a whole lot of money.
You're assuming.
You haven't played Red Dead. Alright, whatever.
That's right. Suffer. All right.
Me just trying to make a Red Dead reference and you just not getting it.
The face one Red Dead without Red Dead player. What is content without its players, really?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Is this a draft blunder? I will not say on cast.
But I actually do like Rift Shark's comp. Like, cohesively they all work together. But like, we've seen what MVP can do on Comfort. And I just don't know if not taking them off of their Comfort was the angle here. Especially like Julian on the Wukong. That must be like a breath of fresh air for the dude. Mans has been like actually permaban the entire split. He plays Wukong like 3 times and everyone's like, nah, nope, nuh-uh. Like, nuh-uh. And, you know, it's potentially the last game of their playoff series, right? Like, they're fighting for survival, and even if they win this one, they're still fighting for survival after this game. And they've been thrown a bone by Rift Sharks not banning away to Wukong. It's definitely one of the decisions of all time.
I don't know. I guess they just have that faith and have that ego.
I do think the faith is a part of it. The ego is a bigger part. I'm excited to see what Rift Sharks has in the cooker. I will be plugging in my tablet. That's what I'm using to. Fuck, headphones. Alright, well, whatever. I'm just gonna.
We just had a Hunan moment. Brother man, please keep it PG.
Plug that in. I've been using the tablet to try to communicate on Discord.
It's understandably a lot faster than my my computer, considering my computer needs to stream Scrims on. I desire death. Alright. So, good news. Spectator delay is working properly this time. Bad news.
Oh, that's good.
We don't know if the spectator bug is gone, but
Oh boy.
On the bright side, we might be able to diagnose the issue.
Oh, that's good at the very least.
We'll just have to see. Those things. Ooh. I found that like Card Sharp is really good for checker deck because you're always playing flushes, right? So ×3 after your first flush if you can time it with like
it's amazing.
aces or something. Yeah, it's amazing. We've not got a lot to talk about before the game starts, so you'll forgive this old man just this once for talking about a game that he is passionate about while loading the game. the game just straight up not letting us spectate game 2. I feel like a lot of people who go back into VODs and watch games, that'll happen to them a lot. But,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm hoping it's working. I'm sitting here on my hands and knees praying. Um, let's see. Nothing's happening. But I've been kicked out of the waiting for spectator thing, which is worrying. Is this another spectator bug win? I will attempt to circumvent it. However... Actually, wait, is Arnie being able to spectate the game? I'll have to ask him. I love spectator bug. Oh. And I'm back in the lobby. Oh boy. Spectate game. Spectate game. Let me spectate the game. Oh, actually, wait, I should probably check task manager. Okay, nothing's happening here. If I end this task, okay. I'll make sure none of my League of Legends tasks are open. Brother? Okay. I might have to ask Arnie to join. Wait, hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. It's happening again. Spectator bug, my beloved.
Yeah.
Okay. One last time. No! Okay, it's straight up just not working. No! Oh, wait! Wait!
Oh.
False alarm! I have a black screen!
Better than nothing, I suppose.
I can see champions. Like their profiles.
Yeah.
We're loading in the game!
Oh, wow.
Alright, drop everything I'm doing. Nah. There we go. And then, I wasn't actually prepared for this.
Oh boy.
You'll forgive me just this once, chat, right? Please?
I don't know.
Is it working? Welcome to Summoner's Rift! Oh no, wait.
Oh.
I'm stuck on 30 seconds. I am praying this is temporary.
I was gonna say, you're like that meme of, I don't know. I
Wait.
didn't think I'd make it this far.
I really didn't think that the spectator would let me make it this far. I can click on champions and things. But I mean...
Oh, they started walking again. And... Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna do my little test to see if it's actually back.
Akali vs. Galio kinda seems pretty toxic.
Yeah, I was saying that, like, it's comfort for Valor, but, like...
At what cost?
The cost is pretty big.
Yeah.
Alright, we're back. We are officially back, ladies and gentlemen. It only took 17,000 years of the Cold War. For it, I'm assuming, to do the same exact thing. We are stuck on a minute now. What's going on? I'm assuming Spectator is just... You know, League of Legends servers they're having a bit of a fit. You know, they didn't expect anyone to be spectating any games before LCK Finals. But I'm trying my damnedest. And so is my computer. If I actually, like... Okay, so now everything's coming up fine on stream. I just gave everyone the Faker stream experience. You know, do you know Faker like streams League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same way Charisma does it.
You know how like it like swaps between players and it looks like a fucking slideshow?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that chick is a headache. Faker's truly the good for that. I play lock screen because I can't do that. Alright. You know, I've been stuck on a minute for a while now. I'm going to look at my Discord correspondence to see if they are having the same issue. Let's see here. Nothing from Yay. You know, this one's looking kind of rough. We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we are going to attempt the strat. But, I might just have to get Dean to help me get the post games for this at some point. Now, the good part is we did manage to stream the draft without a hitch.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, that's something. You know, I got my Jupiter out of the Celestial pack without the telescopic, which is also something. However, I'm playing into Needle, and I think Needle might put me down here.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a straight flush, I think. Man, I need numbered. Checker. Okay, I need an 8. Checker, I think.
Yeah. It is getting pretty late for me. I think I'm gonna go to sleep, but
Understandable. I will carry on the rest of this alone. By the rest of this, I mean the remainder of me attempting.
Yep, I'll shoot you some DMs, and you'll respond to the ones that I've already sent. Alright, later, brother.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Alright, let's see. Nope. Alright, I can confirm with my correspondent that stream is just straight up not working. I'm going to attempt one more time, just in the spirit. And if it doesn't work, I was 4 chips off of out of the bounty. 4. Alright, if it doesn't work, Dean, we're calling it a loss. But I'm giving it one more go, buddy. Alright. The game has done something. I'm going to attempt to stream this without touching a single thing. And maybe me touching stream and modifying it to my heart's content was angering the right gods. We'll see if this helps. I'll be for real. This is looking kind of tough. I will say, I like the Rift Sharks draft more. I also just think you're giving MVP comfort, and that's very, very scary. What else is scary is the fact that I haven't loaded into the game yet. That's a scary one, in my opinion. Nongshim noodles. Oh no! Alright. It is with a heavy heart that I inform you that I must disappoint. But rest assured, I will get everything streamed for tomorrow. But yeah, this one's looking like it just ain't working. On that disappointing note, I bid everyone a good night. And I hope Riot fixes spectator bug before finals.